as you age, your fascia tends to dry out and become more dense. And as you get older, your bones become less dense and more prone to breakage. This combination leads to pain, stiffness, and impaired mobility. The good news is, by rolling out key areas, you can soften, release, and hydrate your fascia, the connective tissue that holds every bone, organ, blood vessel, nerve fiber, and muscle in place. To help you get the full benefit of self-myofascial release, I'll show you 8 great techniques that you can use to improve your mobility, enhance your performance, and allow your bones to become more weight-bearing. Before we start the practice, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more diet, exercise, and lifestyle advice for healthy bones. First, let's cover a few basic guidelines. Be gentle. Don't aim for maximum sensation. You want to help hydrate the area. You don't want to induce inflammation. Avoid being on the bone. You can ride along the edges of your bone, but you don't want to apply pressure directly to your bone. Instead, you need to move around your bone. Stay away from nerves to avoid any sharp, shooting, or radiating sensations. Avoid swollen tissue. All of these techniques can be practiced in the comfort of your own home. To perform these moves, you'll need a lacrosse ball and a small towel or pillow. A tennis ball is a good alternative if you would like to apply a more gentle pressure. This first technique will focus on using self-myofascial release on the foot. Have a seat and station your lower leg about perpendicular to the floor. Place the ball just behind the knuckles of your toes. Roll the ball forward. Keep your foot pointed down. Roll back and take your heel down towards the ground. Be gentle and don't apply too much pressure. If you find a spot that is sensitive or uncomfortable, work around that spot a little longer, without jamming the ball directly into that spot. Always avoid any bony points of the foot. Do this move for 2 to 5 minutes on each foot to relieve tension. This next move will focus on using self-myofascial release on the calf. Start seated on the floor with one leg outstretched. You can sit on a pillow if that's more comfortable. Place the ball between the floor and the bottom of your calf muscle and start shifting your calf side to side for a minute or 2. Move the ball up higher along the calf and repeat. Continue this process until you reach just below the knee. Now place the ball in the location where you notice the most tension. Simply pin and hold the ball there. You can add more pressure by crossing your other leg over top, but remember to be gentle and not aim for maximum sensation. As you hold the ball down, make about 10 circles with your ankle in both directions. Point your toe and move the foot side to side, inverted and everted. Now we'll work our way up to the tissue around the hamstrings. Sit at the edge of a chair, ideally at a height that gives your leg room to hang. A high stool or a countertop can work well here. Place the ball just below the base of the hip, gently pinning the ball between your leg and the chair. Now straighten your leg and move it in and out of an extended position for a minute or 2. This may feel slightly uncomfortable, but if you find a spot that is particularly tender and painful, move the ball around that spot without applying direct pressure. Continue this technique as you move the ball lower towards the knee without fully reaching the knee. This next technique targets the fascia around the IT band. Lay down on your back. You can place a pillow under your head for comfort. Feel the lateral side of your thigh with your hand and notice where your hip bone is. You want to avoid placing the ball on this bony area. Instead, place the ball just below and around it. Now slowly start to roll onto your side, pinning the ball into the ground. The more side lying you go, the firmer the pressure will be. So don't go too far. Find the pressure that creates slight discomfort but not pain, and hold for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Now place the ball a little further down the lateral side of the thigh and repeat the same technique of rolling slightly to your side to pin the ball down. Continue moving down the leg and stop before you reach the bony area of the knee. This is a great technique to release tension at the top of the glute. Find a wall or door to stand at. Place the ball just below your belt line, below and to the side of any bony area, without applying pressure directly to bone. Pin the ball between the top of your glute and the wall by gently leaning into the wall, without pressing so hard that you cause yourself any pain. Simply hold here for at least 30 seconds, or adjust the pressure back and forth from lighter to firmer. Then slowly shift ever so slightly side to side as you feel the tension release. If you find a spot that is particularly sensitive, work the tissue around that spot, avoiding direct pressure and pain. Next, we'll move to the front of the leg and target the quad and hip flexor. Place the ball towards the top of your thigh right in the middle. Lie down on top of the ball facing the floor. Rest your forehead down on your hands to allow your back to relax. On the same side that the ball is on, slowly kick your leg towards your glute. Doing this puts pressure on the muscle as you lightly move it through a stretch. Do this move 10 times. Then, with the foot relaxed, do some breathing to engage the diaphragm. As you breathe in, push your belly into the floor. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Keep your head down and take 5 deep breaths. Repeat the same sequence, 10 kicks and 5 breaths in each of these spots. A little bit off to the side, a little bit into the groin, and a little bit into the lower abdomen. This technique will focus on using self-myofascial release around the shoulder. Lie down on your back and place your arm out to the side at about a 45-degree angle. Use a small towel or a thin pillow to prop the elbow up slightly to make the movement more comfortable. Place the ball between your shoulder and the floor, avoiding the bone. Apply gentle pressure to the back of the shoulder and work your way down towards the edge of your shoulder blade. As you rest your arm on the pillow, press your shoulder back and down to put pressure on the ball. Keeping the top of your arm and elbow down, lift your hand up and move your forearm back and forth about 10 times. Don't lift your elbow off the pillow and don't move to the point where you feel a lot of stress or tension. Move the ball around a little bit and apply the same technique to different areas of tension. Our last technique releases tension in the tissue around the pectoral muscles. First, find a wall to stand at. With your hand, locate the meaty portion of your pec to the side of your armpit and move your fingers slightly up and inwards, noticing areas of tension. Now stand facing the wall and place the ball in that meaty portion of your pec and lean into the wall to pin the ball in place for about 30 seconds. Without applying too much pressure. Shift very slightly side to side for another 30 seconds or so. Now extend your arm up into the side and, keeping the neck relaxed, turn away and back very slightly, about 10 times. Practiced on a regular basis, these techniques can improve your mobility, prevent injury, enhance your performance, and aid in the recovery from exercise. You can also improve your fascia by staying hydrated, avoiding being sedentary, and maintaining a good posture. And remember, your fascia needs nutrients to stay healthy, so make sure your diet is nutrient-rich with plenty of protein, vitamin C, essential fatty acids, calcium, and magnesium. Click on the link in the description to discover everything you need to know about self-myofascial release from Doctor of Physical Therapy Emma Gazinski.